Let's talk about tanking, man. Recently, Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, was asked about the tanking that was taking place this season.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the competition committee was re-examining the entire draft lottery process to, quote, attempt to align incentives, unquote. He acknowledged that this upcoming draft was looked upon as being deep with respect to talent, and he understands that reality is impacting the behavior of teams. The league recently handed down fines to the Indiana Pacers and Utah Jazz, $100,000 and $500,000 respectively, for what was described as conduct detrimental to the league for sitting healthy players. The Jazz specifically removed key players in the fourth quarter of games. Those penalties were announced during the All-Star break, where Adam Silver held a press conference regarding the issue of tanking. I will ask the people's champ very plainly, does the NBA have a tanking problem?
No, the NBA's had a tanking problem for a mighty long time. You know, I mean, Adam Silver, kick rocks, dude. You let Dallas keep that Derek Lively pick after they flagrantly tanked in front of your face, and, you know, you did nothing about it then, and there's other previous times where it's happened. So, you know, whatever you come up with, you've already set the environment. And whatever this tournament is, yeah, good luck. They'll just tank to get in the tournament.
Yeah. To me, it's very simple because tanking is an ethical issue, but I like to look at the root causes. Root causes. I was talking about bird rights, right?
Yeah.
That's, of course, named after the great Larry Bird. That's a provision in the NBA's collective bargaining agreement that allows teams to go over the salary cap to re-sign their own qualifying veteran free agents. That provision has essentially decimated the free agency period in the NBA over the past several years. Why, you ask? Because now every player, particularly the really good ones, they sign contract extensions with their respective teams to get the most money possible. And if they become unhappy with the situation, they just demand a trade. That allows them to both make the most money possible and control where they get to play, when in reality, they're supposed to be able to do one or the other, not both. Signing a contract and not honoring that contract is, in fact, unethical on the part of the player. The league is equally unethical and complicit because they build in no financial penalties for the player, nor have they built in financial incentives for the organization. They treat these situations as business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first problem. Teams can no longer depend on a robust free agent market to build, supplement, or bolster a roster. Second problem is the second apron that Nephew just mentioned. It requires teams to develop young players because it harshly penalizes you for spending too much money. So take a team like the Pistons. We've done everything right. We've drafted all of our own players. Because of player empowerment, it's essentially undermined the free agent market, as we just said. K was up first to get his max contract. Duren is up next. But now if we acquire a third and a fourth star, it makes it difficult for us to keep them, or we have to surround them with all minimum guys. And the penalty for breaching the second apron are trade restrictions, draft pick freezes, and that means that the pick cannot be traded. And it could be moved to the end of the round if we breach the second apron for multiple seasons. So to be clear, the league has empowered the players, ruined free agency, punished harshly for going over the salary cap, punished even more harshly for staying over the salary cap. And if that's not enough, let's get to the third and final problem. Adam Silver touched on it, the draft lottery. Some might ask, why is the draft lottery a problem? Ideally, it's supposed to be a tool that disincentivizes tanking, which is absolutely true. But remember, we're talking about ethics. The NBA has been playing fast and loose with the ethics for quite some time now. If the commissioner believes that sitting uninjured players in the fourth quarter is unethical and undermines the integrity of the game, there's no way that sitting healthy players for entire games isn't. I don't care if we do call it something cute like load management. Players signing contracts and not honoring them is unethical. Certainly signing a contract in the offseason and demanding a trade the following season is unethical. That's what James Harden just did. And I didn't hear anyone from the league say a word about it. But let's talk about some of the happy coincidences that have occurred in the draft lottery, shall we? First one, most recently, Nico Harrison traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. Faced months of backlash and ridicule from the Dallas Maverick fan base and media. Despite having only a 1.8% chance of achieving the number one pick,
ta-da,
they did just that. It's one of the lowest odds wins in NBA draft lottery history. New Orleans Pelicans, 2019, after trading Anthony Davis. Man, he comes up a lot. To the Los Angeles Lakers, and so do they, despite having a less than 6% chance of achieving the number one pick.
Ta-da.
They did just that. And this is the best one right here. The Cleveland Cavaliers, after LeBron James made the, quote, decision, unquote, to leave for Miami in 2010, miraculously obtained the number one pick not only the following season, but 2 out of the next 3 seasons as well. In 2011, they had a 2.8% chance of obtaining the number one pick.
Ta-da.
2013, when they obtained it again, they had a 15.6% chance. That's not bad.
Oh.
But when they got it again in 2014, they had only a 1.7% chance of obtaining it.
Was that Wiggins?
I think one of them was Anthony Bennett. One of them was Kyrie.
Bennett might have been 13.
Yeah.
I think 14 was Wiggins because that was the year when Brian went back.
Yeah.
Okay. 13 was Wiggins and 11 was Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 14 was Wiggins because 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, those are the years LeBron was in Miami.
Yeah. Wow.
The odds of obtaining the number one pick 3 out of 4 seasons are so astronomically small, I couldn't even demonstrate them mathematically to you. So sadly, I could continue, but I think you get my point about the NBA's ethical dilemma. Mm-hmm. And I'm not telling you, they tell you that all of those are happy coincidences. So I'm not alleging that they did anything. They just tell you that those are happy coincidences, but we'll just call them random occurrences. But when you combine the load management, players demanding trades, not honoring their contract, and I didn't even mention the gambling scandal, all these factors, the lack of impact players in free agency, punitive salary cap policies, questionable goings on with the draft lottery, you've created an environment where teams feel empowered to do whatever is necessary to get good players for as little money as possible. NBA has a tanking problem, and they have themselves to tank for it. Good luck trying to unring that bell.